So John Baird was born on the 22nd of August 1985. Not just a mere twinkle in his father's eye then, but he is hoping that the likes of Scott Booth, Eoin Jess or Duncan Shearer can emulate the great John Baird and grab a winner against Rangers today. Yes, following that last game against Hearts in which we won 2-1, played no more games, and the next clash that we will play on camera for you today is the game against Rangers, who currently sit as low as 5th in the league before we take on Motherwell in the quarter-final of the League Cup. We are aiming to win all 3 domestic competitions this season. That is absolutely massive. Stay tuned. In terms of the league, we are absolutely soaring, flying. There's not a ball in heaven that Duncan Shearer can't reach, it would seem.
What the fuck are you doing?
We are 2 points ahead of Celtic with a game in hand. Still 3 points ahead of Airdrie, who obviously we had beat already this season. Things not looking so good for Falkirk, but the next opponents played 5 games, the same amount of us, 5 points worse off. And this is the side we are going to go into the game with. We're going to go with Theo Schnelders. The less we say about his future career in real life after this time, the better. Stephen Wright, Brian Irvin, Alex McLeish, likewise, Stuart McKimmie, Lee Richardson, apparently nearly as hard as Lee Cooper according to my dad. We will need that today. Paul Mason, Jim Bett, the great Eoin Jess, who loved to go at Ibrox, an absolute belter against Rangers, of course. Insert clip here. And Duncan Shearer and Scott Booth up top with options off the bench to the 2 players that don't make the bench. The injured Paul McLaughlin still out for another 3 to 4 months. Great transfer. Calum, well done. Deriva and Andy Gibson. Unlucky, pal. And this Rangers side is a very, very good one. Andy Gorham in goals, Dave McFurchin, Richard Gough, John Brown, future Dundee manager, there you go. David Robertson, former Aberdeen player. Judas, Trevor Stephen, Ian Durant, I'm not going to try and say that name. Yep. OM is his name. Peter Hustra, David Kelly and Mark Haitley on the bench. Ian Ferguson, Sandy Robertson, Stuart McCall, a notable name in there as well. Very, very decent side. Managed? That's not it. Managed by Walter Smith. Let's see if we can get a good result at Ibrox. God knows we need it. This is a big one, an absolutely massive one. We know that, okay, they've not started very, very well. They are still the team to beat in this era, and winning the first game of 4 probably against them this season would be absolutely massive. Maybe even 6 if it is exactly how things went in the 1992-93 season. But Brian Irvin winning that ball after Andy Gorham kicked it long. Paul Mason finding Scott Booth in behind, and a lovely 1-2 there. If he's onside, I think the referee has given it, and we are 1-0 up at Ibrox against the now defunct Rangers. Enjoy that one. For anyone over the age of 40 who loves making those jokes, and I sometimes take great pleasure in it as well. But regardless, 1-0 up inside 6 minutes. This could be an absolute romp. Well, it's from about 20 yards further in from where Eoin Jess scored there at Ibrox in that famous goal. But regardless, he will take it, I'm sure, and certainly so will I. Fantastic start. And we might look for another one. McLeish went long. It was cut out by Brown, who is bald. I think Ian Durant also bald in the middle of the park, so that's an interesting one. Finds Kelly, and he balloons one over the bar. That was far too close for my liking. I'm certain there will be goals in this. It's not going to finish 1-0, but let's just hope that there's more for us than there is for them. That's usually how it works when you play Football Manager, isn't it? Yeah. Oh God, that's not good. Thank God we'd signed Joe Miller. He's not quite as good as him, but he will do. Oh, that is sore. What is the injury to Eoin Jess? We don't know. It won't show us. It could be anything, and the tension between now and the end of the game is killing me. Let's hope we can at least hold on to this game, because we need to get as much points on the board as we can if we're going to be out without Eoin Jess for a lengthy period of time. Still, we lead 1-0 at Ibrox in Glasgow though, and that is fine by me, but oh dear. We have not got an easy task on our hands now. Can we hold on against a huge game against Motherwell 2 without our best player? Let's see. Stuart McKimmie with a throw in 10 minutes into the second half. Thank you very much for all the support, by the way. So far on this series, you seem to be enjoying it, and I'm enjoying making it. It's lovely making something new. It's nice and nostalgic, and I am learning a little bit more about a time that was a little bit before, well, when I was definitely a twinkle in my dad's eye. Sorry for that. I am certainly enjoying it. If you're enjoying it, please do let me know by leaving a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new around here and you have not done so already. It means a lot to me. It lets me know you are enjoying it, and there's plenty more to come to. As Snelders has made an absolutely excellent save there from, was it a David Robertson free kick? I'm not quite sure. Hagen taking the corner. Lee Richardson heading clear, getting there ahead of John Brown, and there is an hour played. Rangers may be slightly on top. It's a very, very even game. We are ahead in terms of XG. But now with 20 minutes to go, I think we're going to try and freshen things up maybe a little bit. Stephen Wright knackered, not doing too well out there, but Duncan Shearer not on form whatsoever. We're going to get Mixu Patalainen out there, and hopefully he can prove what a great signing he has. He is wanted by a lot of clubs already ahead of January. Maybe it's to do with the fact he's not playing so much, but Rangers have a free kick. Hagen put the ball in. Haley wins it, held well by Snelders. Is that the end of the highlight? It is. I would take 1-0 at this stage, but Rangers are just piling on the pressure. I think we're going to drop us to cautious mentality as well. Just keep the ball a little bit better, and we will implement a few further things down the line. Oh dear, they are really taking control of this game. If we can get out of here with all 3 points, it is an absolute miracle. Robertson on the ball, finding Haley further forward up the park there, and oh no, Ian Ferguson breaking in. Was looking for Kelly, cut out by McKimmie, and cleared only as far as the former Aberdeen man David Robertson. Found his namesake, and oh god, it's a Sandy Robertson assist, and that goal has been coming. Maybe we've not done enough, by we I mean me of course, to keep a hold of this, but not great. I will still probably take a point away at Ibrox right now, given the fact we are away. Win the home games, absolutely no problem, that'll be okay. We've won every game so far, but now it's probably a case of holding on to what we have.
Boring!
A Brian Irvin free kick, which we'll watch first, and he's released Scott Booth, who's got in behind the goalkeeper, and we have gone back in front. His 13th goal of the season. I have no idea what Andy Gorham was thinking there, but Scott Booth will not miss that opportunity. A great ball in from Irvin. It was just teasing there, and Booth making use of that pace. How many times have we seen that already in these videos? And off camera as well, I suppose, and finishing excellently into added time now. We are going to, I think, just make a change in the middle of the park. We're just going to put Paul Kane on there, waste some time, get some fresh legs in there towards the back end of this game, and hopefully we can do enough to hold on. An absolutely massive result if so. Hagen with another corner. Motherwell have gone forward, cleared off the line by Stuart McKinney. It's all happening, and I am on edge to say the least. Booted clear from Richardson on a yellow card, thankfully not sent off, and we have left Ibrox somehow with all 3 points. They probably feel very aggrieved. As Eoin Jess has popped up to say hello, thank you for reminding me how good he is. Let's find out about that injury. I am very happy with that result. I am not happy about the potential condition of Eoin Jess. Let's see. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, 3 to 6 weeks, not great. Could have been a lot worse. He could have been Paul McLaughlin, but we're going to have to get through the next game and much, much more without our star man. Thankfully, we have not had any further injuries to deal with coming into this game against Motherwell, but this will be the starting 11. It will be the exact same back 5 if you like, but Theo Tencap will be just in front of them, replacing Lee Richardson. The game just 2 days of rest between then and the Rangers game. Jim Bett and Paul Mason will keep their places though. Joe Miller replacing Eoin Jess. He's got a tough task, but he's a reasonable standard. He's okay. This is what we brought him in for. Having looked at the squad now, it looks like we could have done with a little bit more. Unfortunately, the money just wasn't there. We weren't able to get enough players in. In January, we'll certainly have to bring in forward options. Thank God we've got those 2 players joining loan on the first. I no longer want. That's just brilliant. Mixu Patalainen is coming in for Duncan Shearer. Duncan Shearer only having scored 2 goals so far this season. Some decent performances otherwise, but Mixu deserves his chance. Scott Booth, of course, keeping his place in there. Between him and Eoin Jess, they've just been absolutely fantastic. So, more pressure on Boothie now. Let's have a look at the Motherwell side. The first time I get to have a look at it. Phil O'Donnell, a name I recognise in there. Other than that, there's really not many, if any, that I do recognise. That's it. Well, this is what I'm learning a lot on this save. I hope you are too. If not, you're probably feeling very nostalgic, and that's probably better than knowing nothing. But I'm enjoying it. I very much enjoy it. We are now in our white kit. Very fitting, as I am also sporting the kit. I think it is the away kit from 92-93. I'm not certain though. But I'm just enjoying getting to go through all of my retro tops that I have. We are underway at Fir Park. Gavin Duncan, not Grant Irvin the referee, so I am A-OK. So far though, absolutely nothing happening other than Paul Mason picking up a knock, pulled knee ligaments. We should probably replace him because that does not sound good whatsoever. We do have other players capable on the bench. In terms of who's the best option, I'm not too sure, and it's not letting me really have a look. That's a bit frustrating. Lee Richardson probably the most matched up, but we're going to put Paul Kane in there, player we've not really seen too much of, but it is the cup. We do want to win it, and I was impressed when I looked at his attributes. A very even and dull game so far. However, Motherwell do have a corner. It's gone in. Martin hitting the woodwork, and Alex McLeish booting it clear to Mixu Patalainen, who has to hold it up and ensure we get to safety. He's doing exactly that, and the highlight hasn't quite ended. It has now, as we head towards half-time, but one more chance perhaps. Stuart McKimmie feeding the ball into Jim Bett. Him and Paul Mason have been excellent so far. Let's see what Jim Bett can do as we are starting to get a little bit thin as we pick up some injuries, and it's not great at all. 10 Cat with an excellent hairdo there, it has to be said, winning the ball as Patalainen backs to Irvin. Let's see, we are playing some very, very nice football, and we've done so far throughout the season, and Scott Booth, shot was blocked, and we will see the subsequent corner. Let's see if we can make something happen. Now would be an excellent time for us to grab a goal. McLeish does not quite get there, and Nieholt looks to drive Motherwell forward. He does have a man up ahead in support of him, does not find him. That was very, very poor. I'm sure they will be extremely disappointed with that, and I am pretty disappointed with our first half performance there. I've come off the back of a big game against Rangers, but we need to get through this and into that semi-final. I'm going to tell them I'm not happy, and hopefully that'll shoot a rocket right up their backsides and we can go on to win this game. Elsewhere, Hibs drawing with Dundee United and Rangers winning their tie too. But Jim Bett, fantastic ball into the box there, and Alex McLeish punishes Motherwell, who are just standing there watching. Absolutely excellent header, finding that top corner, and let's enjoy it again, shall we? Great ball in towards the near post. It still works, ladies and gentlemen. If you play Football Manager, then if you're not putting the ball towards the near post in swinging corners, you're doing something a little bit wrong. It even works in 1992, 93. So there you go. Hearts have had a player sent off, and Dundee United now leading against Hibernian. We are going to think about making our second change of the game. What we will do, I don't know. Joe Miller not having a great game out there, but only other option, Andy Gibson, and I'm not convinced by that. In fact, I think we're going to change the shape a little bit. Joe Miller is probably more of a natural winger, so we're going to get him out wide on that right hand side as a winger. Scott Booth, we know he can provide a great goal scoring threat. It makes sense having him as an inside forward, and Patalainen on a target man support duty. Hopefully that will do for now. We'll see how that goes. Give that another 5-10 minutes if we can. Maybe go on to grab something else. I'm going to praise the boys. We are in front after all. And we have a free kick. Brian Irvin playing it to his centre-back partner. And let's see. We are playing direct, and it is clearly working. Joe Miller breaking through in behind. Now on that right-hand side. Was looking for Patalainen. Thompson cut it out and then made this save. Whew, well, it's positive. It was certainly more positive than what we've basically seen so far. Stephen Wright with a free kick on a yellow card. Was looking for Patalainen. It was rather poor. And McGrillen on the ball for Motherwell, combining with McKinnon with plenty room to drive into. Plenty of room to give the ball to Stephen Wright, and Scott Booth taking that down absolutely excellently. Mixu Patalainen on the ball, going for goal from range, hitting the woodwork, and Booth did not quite get it there. Now with 10 minutes to go at the end of this highlight, we will maybe make a change, freshen things up in the middle a little bit, as a good foul from Tenkat, I think. Will he maybe get booked? He does not. Okay. I think he maybe will go to the bench, however, he is pretty tired. Jim Bett as well. Bobby Connor coming on in the middle of the park. We've not had much of a look at him. A very well-rounded player too, rather experienced at 32. Maybe that is what we need. Aggressive, great tackling. Hopefully he can do the job. Let me know what you know about these players. If there's more players sort of that are not getting involved too much, that should be getting some more game time, and you remember watching them, please do let me know, and I will certainly look to do so if the attributes match how they were in real life back then. We're going to go back onto a cautious mentality now and just lower the tempo a little bit, waste that time, and hopefully we will do enough to see this through. Scott Booth not having the best game of his life, don't really have too much other options out there. Maybe Patalainen will go to the bench and we'll just waste a little bit time taking on Duncan Shearer. I think that's a good idea now. It's added time and we have done enough. We are in the semi-final at Hampden. I will see if we can do the draw before we conclude this episode so we know who we will face. Two big games in quick succession there, and I'm very happy. Rangers also getting through, likewise Dundee United. I think Celtic got through previously too. When is the draw? Carlos Alberto spotted at Fir Park. Watching Mixu Patalainen. I told you there was people interested in him. We'll progress, see if we can find the draw. And here we are. Aberdeen, Dundee United, Celtic and Rangers all in the hat. Avoiding Rangers would be good. Maybe it'd be interesting to play Celtic. We've not played them on camera yet. Likewise, Dundee United. Avoiding Rangers would be fantastic. Let's see how it goes. Hibs the holders knocked out. Rangers first out of the hat. Who will play us? Oh, brilliant. That is just what we want. Celtic, Dundee United, the other tie. Oh, that is very, very annoying. We will be playing them on camera once again. Maybe in the next episode. We might play a few games off camera, get into a bit further into the nitty gritty as we get towards that semi-final. We will play Rangers in that game. Maybe Partick Thistle, they are bottom of the league though. Dundee slightly better. I think that maybe makes a little bit more sense. Who we did beat early in the season twice, knocking them out of the League Cup. That will be the next episode, or will it be standalone? I don't know yet. You'll have to come back to find out. Leave a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. It really helps with pushing the video towards more people in the algorithm as well. Subscribe if you are new around here and you've not done so already, with notifications on so you don't miss out on this and much, much more in future. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. Take care, be good.